All right, guys, so we have 4 new gaming mice on the table today. All of these mice are extremely good, really hard to put down actually. I have 2 symmetrical shapes and then 2 ergonomic shapes that we're going to be taking a look at today. The first one that we're going to take a look at is a spiritual successor to the Logitech G703. This is the Tevolution Terra Pro, retailing for $106 roughly, with this display dongle connector. Basically, you can see your battery percentage, your DPI, polling rate. Once you're not using your mouse for a while, it changes to show the clock. I just think that this is a really nice touch instead of just having a super boring dongle like the rest of these. You know, they're just little bricks that you have on your desk, but at least this does give you some nice information and it's a little bit different compared to everything else. This is a Logitech G703 successor, we'll call it. Very, very similar, huge side buttons, super comfortable to use. Then we have the side profile here. Again, very, very close to the OG. Then we have these skates that have this textured pattern to them, and I think that they do give you a little bit of additional stopping power compared to your standard flat skates. Like the stopping power on this, a little bit more controlled. Like I will say the mouse, it feels floaty but controlled because there's less surface area. So like this is almost like basically having a dot skate, but just without the complexity of placing multiple dot skates. And these came on the mouse by default, so you don't have to do all the work to get most of the result for the dot skate. So I do like the skates. It does also feature Bluetooth functionality as well. It's just a very simple mouse, huge side buttons, not super spammable. Like it's very tactile and it does require a little bit of effort, but if you spam your scroll wheel, you might have other problems in life. I don't know. The front 2 clicks on the Terra are, I wouldn't call them super spammable. Like they're very crispy. You can spam them, but I'm not gonna put these on the same league as like the Pulsar Crazy Light. Those are probably the best clicks in the business right now. And I still have not found another mouse that comes quite as close as that. And we're still gonna be waiting for that to come. But the Crazy Light, in my opinion, has the best clicks. If I had to give it a number rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10. The Crazy Light, those are 10 out of 10 clicks for sure. Now, even though the Terra is a pretty big mouse, I do feel like I have pretty minimal contact onto the mouse. Like I have a picture of it now so you guys can see my little drawing of the contact points that I have on the mouse when I normally grip it. But basically, when it comes to looking at how my hand really connects with the mouse, most of my contact area is going to be right here. I just feel like I could use a little bit more contact on it. Pretty relaxed grip. This is not going to be one where you feel like you got a super locked in grip. Even the other mouse that we're going to take a look at here, the Lamzu Paro Aurora, I kind of get that same feeling. This is going to be more locked in and less relaxed than this mouse that we're going to look at next. Now we also have web-based software for the Terra Pro as well, something that I think more mice should have, because I think web-based software is definitely better than having a million things installed on your PC. This is just better to run your PC more lean. The weight for the Terra Pro, for as big of an ergonomic mouse as it is only 51 grams. Moving on to the TENS Signature Edition gaming mouse from Pulsar. This is a symmetrical gaming mouse that has a pretty close shape to the Pulsar X2H. I would just say that it is just a more refined version of the X2H, and it comes with the 8K Hertz dongle in the box as well. And this one is $130. I really like the coating on this one. Like it's just a super nice matte, but I would say like, even though it'll show that I have like some hand oils on the mouse for sure, it doesn't feel like it. Like this coating is definitely rock solid. I would say that I definitely like this mouse better than the X2H. The X2H has been my main mouse for the better part of since it's come out. I would switch to other mice to test them obviously, but I always go back to that one. I feel like now I've moved on to the TENS Signature Edition. Again, I would rate these clicks an 8 out of 10 as well. Maybe I would bump them up to a 9. Like these do feel a little bit better than the Terra. Not that these are in competing spaces or not, because this is an ergo, this is a symmetrical. So in the hand, they feel completely different. The fact that I just really do enjoy this compared to the X2H, it just feels like a better version of that mouse. And for, you know, roughly $30 more get the 8K hertz dongle and some other goodies included in the box as well. I don't think that this is a bad deal at all. The skates are really good. Doesn't have Bluetooth functionality. You know, this is going to be purely a competitive gaming mouse. And as far as the weight, it's coming in at 48 grams, which is extremely light. My grip on the 10's Signature Edition is very comfortable as well, even though I feel like it's not rising up as much here in this area to give me some additional contact for the middle of my hand. If I relax my hand a little bit more, I can kind of force it to, but naturally I don't. I typically grip it like all the way in the back of the mouse, and then the rest of my hand here is just kind of hovering above the rest. But if I really wanted to like squeeze down and then move my hand position backwards, I could definitely hold this mouse a bit different to have a different experience. So I feel like that does make this more versatile, and depending on what size your hands are, it may be a bit more usable for you. Next, we have our ergonomic offering from Lamzu. This is the Paro Aurora. I'm just gonna call this the Aurora for the rest of the video. The skates on this thing, super duper smooth, simple bottom like Lamzu typically have. Just the DPI button and the on-off switch. And then as far as the clicks, extremely tactile clicks. Scroll wheel feels pretty similar to everything else on the table today. And then the side buttons also super crispy as well. Now, what I was talking about with the Terra Pro, this does feature a very interesting build. Like, this is not quite, I would say, a G502 clone. This is definitely going to be a different mouse. The Terra Pro does fill your hand a little bit over here in this area, and I do have good amount of contact right here with my palm. And then it's definitely a bit of a wider mouse as well. Compared to the Aurora, where I'm definitely a few millimeters off, I would say this might even be a good ½ centimeter skinnier of a mouse. So if you have smaller hands than I do, this would probably be a good decision to go with. But I just want to let you know that this side over here slants off pretty aggressively. So this is not going to be as locked in of a feel. This is going to be more of a extremely relaxed ergonomic shaped mouse that I like it. My performance with it personally was not the best, and I definitely have stronger preferences toward the Lamzu Inca out of these two mice. And this Inca is pretty similar but a little bit different than the 10's mouse that we'll go over next. But in terms of the Aurora, very, 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 very relaxed style mouse. Not going to give you that super locked in feeling. It is going to have pretty minimal contact on your hand. You're going to have to adjust your expectations for sure. The next mouse, the last mouse that we have on this list, is the Lamzu Inca. This one does feature 8K hertz polling rate out of the box. If you do go with the newer version of the Aurora, the Paro Aurora, I have the first Aurora, which is very similar in build quality. Nothing's really changed there, but just the Paro Aurora for $120, they give you the 8K hertz dongle in the box, just like you get with the Inca. So I think that was just a different box that they ended up shipping me. But either way, with 1000 hertz polling rate, performed just fine, no issues, nothing. Like, all the mice for the most part, connectivity wise, are really good. So 1000 hertz versus 8K, when typically I only ever use 2K anyways for battery life purposes. 1000 honestly is fine, it's not a big deal. 2K is preferred though, for sure. Getting back to the Inca. So this is gonna be another symmetrical mouse. Click feel, super tactile, not as spammable as we would like. Like, I would give this probably like a 7.5 out of 10. They do feel slightly more spammable on the Aurora. These do feel less spammable, but they do feel nice and solid as well as tactile. The side buttons as well, quite good, but extremely tactile. I will give these a 7 out of 10 as well. They could dial down the tactility a bit. Like, it does feel pretty stiff. You can still spam them, but probably not as quick as you would like. Feel wise though, my aim feels so rich with this mouse. It's really, really good. It's a little bit skinnier, I believe, than the 10's mouse. And in, like, just from this perspective, it looks like it's a little bit longer. I like the 10's a lot. It's a bit wider, very comfortable, but so is the Inca. It's wide enough, but skinnier here where you grip it. And then this part here, I think, helps to give me a more locked in feel because it's a bit longer mouse, so it reaches the back of my palm a bit better. And I don't know, I've just been having a great time using this mouse. If I was using like if I was using like a semi-automatic weapon or something, like in a first-person shooter, I probably would prefer to have lighter switches on this mouse. That's one upgrade that most of the mice on this list can benefit from, is lighter switches. This thing is a really good mouse. This is probably my favorite and my most used on this list. Realistically, I'm probably looking at one of these two mice as my next main. I'm still undecided because that's how good both of them are. The Inca and the Tens mouse from Pulsar are both super good. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If this had the clicks from the Crazy Light, it would win for sure. Just because like the clicks alone would be worth it to have this one. But the clicks on this one are more spammable than this one. So if you are a spam clicker, it's an easy recommendation for me to tell you to go with the Tens mouse over the Inca, even though in the hand they do feel pretty similar, but the Inca being a little bit skinnier feels a bit more pencil-like to use, and my aim does feel pretty cracked when I use the Inca. As far as ergos, I feel bad if I don't mention this other one, but this is the Pulsar X3 Mini. We've taken a look at this a while ago, but this is still my favorite ergonomic mouse to date. I like the Tevolution Terra. It is big though, so if you have big hands like I do, you will probably enjoy this mouse. But if you don't, it's hard for me to recommend you getting this because it's so massive. In that case, if you want something similar but not the same, but pretty close to the experience that you'll have, I would recommend the Pulsar X3 if you have those smaller hands. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a look at the mice. I will have linked in the description below for you guys to check out. Let me know what else you guys want to see. We do have some other stuff coming up on the channel, and I did just get the Wooting 80 HE, so we're gonna be looking at that pretty soon. This keyboard feels pretty nice, but hope you guys enjoyed this quick mouse review. I'll see you in the next one.